28.8. It's good. Oh, we're here. Open up the curtains. Don't trip over the chair. 76 in the back room, but the battery's dying. 69 in here. September 2025. 16 years after I started building the cabin. I left this solar panel facing the wrong way, didn't I? Might as well turn it. We probably will adjust it this weekend. It's not doing much good facing away from the sun, is it? The batteries are full, but we'll turn it around. Catch some afternoon sun. It's looking good. I need to unload the truck. Go back here and get the generator hooked up. I haven't replaced the battery yet, and I really need to. But, you know, that's just one of those things. This generator is over 12 years old now. All right. 3 o'clock, huh? Says to inspect the battery. 12.7, 12. It's going up, so it probably was too low. That's okay. All right. That'll charge the battery back up. Oh, we got a mess here, don't we? Oh, look at all that dirt. It's had a lot of rain, folks. That is the indicator of a bunch of rain. And the ground is wet. Very. No sun comes back here. So we've obviously had some rain, which is good. We'll have to clean that off. Probably hit it with a hose. And then we'll start taking cinder block and building the cinder block wall. And around this pipe here, we'll have to come as close to that pipe as we can come to it. And then over here, we will do the same thing. Lots of water though. Look at all that water. Wow. You don't realize. You're thinking, who cares? The truth, folks, is that it's normally super dry here this time of year. The ground turns to moon dust and rock. Super dry, dusty, miserable, and clearly we've had some rain, so that's good. I used to come up here about every 2 weeks for 2 or 3 or 4 days, and sometimes longer. And this last year, especially with having hand surgery and all the back trouble I've had, I guess really 1.5 years, I just haven't been able to get up here as much as I'd like to. So definitely haven't gotten as much done up here as I normally would, and haven't spent enough time here. We have got some work to do. I've got to get the rebar out of the back of the truck after I unload. Then I can put my tonneau cover back up over all this in case it rains. We don't want this mortar and cement mix to get wet. Yeah, let some bricks fall over. But it's time for me to get moved in and relax. And you know, if you've ever wondered what it's like to have a cabin in the woods in a remote location, well, it's pretty awesome. I've been coming here 16 years now. I love it. You know, when you come out here and you look at the trees and you hear the wind in the trees, even the neighbor's generator doesn't bother me. But you get out here and it's just a beautiful, wonderful, quiet, relaxing environment. And it just feels good. And you know that there are some apex predators around, but they leave me alone. Knock on wood. They've followed me around, they've crossed paths with me, but They leave me alone, and I get to come up here and just enjoy it. And this fall, we're going to be doing a bunch of slash burning. We've got a ton of slash to burn, so we'll do that. I got a bunch of logs to bring up, so hopefully I'll get my crew back here soon, and we'll start logging again. Got to get that done by spring of next year, or I lose out on my DNR deal. Honestly, if I lose out on the DNR deal, it's not that big of a issue for me. I mean, it does mean the difference of $5,000, and that's a lot of money, and I don't want to lose that. But it's something that we had to do anyway. And with all the trees that were so close to the cabin, you really don't want that because of fire season out here. It's very dry. And even though you could see a lot of green, it's been a little wetter this year. So, I mean, I've still got green grass around the cabin. That's not that is unusual this time of year. But otherwise, it gets pretty dry. And if you get a fire in here, it's dangerous. It's bad. So we've really cleaned things out, and we'll continue to work that. But these trees, these tall trees with no lower branches, you know, they don't have ladders to get the fire up. But there's a lot of stuff in here that could burn, so that has to be thinned. And getting that thinned, whether I am successful with the DNR project or not, getting that thinned is important because it will protect our property and our cabin. Okay, I said I was going to move in, and I said what's it like to have a cabin in the woods, and I am just kind of rambling on. But you know, you make the drive, and I don't mind the drive. It's about 4.5 hours well, 4 hours and 15 minutes of driving. Usually there's at least one stop in there, so between 4.5, can't speak, between 4.5 hours and 4 hours and 45 minutes is typically what it takes me to get here. And once you get up here, you know, you've got that almost 3-mile drive on rough road that you're just crawling up in 4-wheel drive. And then you get up here and you got to go in, turn the power on, open the cabin up, turn the fridge on, do all that kind of stuff. And then you offload all the gear that you brought with you onto the deck, and then you get it all in the cabin. But once you get all that done, then you're here until you leave, right? And you get to just enjoy it. And we have, you know, we always have a lot of stuff that we keep here, you know, dry goods and things food-wise. And I even keep spare clothes up here because I lived here, and some of those things I just left because they're older stuff, and you just leave it in the chest of drawers here so you have it. And I've got coats and boots and all kinds of things up here that I leave. I don't leave anything of any real value, but I leave things that, you know, when I get up here, there's extras of things. So you know, when the cabin's done, the point I'm trying to get to is when the cabin's done, then all you really have to do is bring your clothes and food and those few items that you want to bring up with you, and it doesn't take long to move in, and then you're here and you relax and enjoy it. And for me, relaxing is kind of a double-edged sword, because I look out here and I see, you know, a pile of logs over there, and slash over there, and slash over here, and stuff that needs to be split and stacked at the woodshed, and then slash over there. And so I think, oh, I'm gonna relax, and then I go to work. Good morning. Had some visitors this morning. Had about, I don't even know, over 30 turkeys. And I saw at least 4 toms. I did see them spreading out their feathers and all that kind of stuff. Tried to get them to chat to me, but they wouldn't do it. They weren't interested. The interesting thing was that the hens, which there had to be 30 hens, they went off in that general direction. But the toms, one of them may have gone that way, but then there were 3 of them that actually went out that way. So I guess they're not interested in hanging out with each other all the time. It's a gorgeous morning, folks. You can see cabins there, turkey prints all in here. And I think that's what they're after right there. Those are called snowberries. And they travel from snowberry bush to snowberry bush, I believe, looking for, well, food. That's what they're here for. So, what I gotta do, so I gotta get my key, get my tractor fired up, which will probably be the signal for my neighbor to get cracking and head up here. He's coming up to do the cinder block work for me. Well, we got that first wall done, at least mortared in. We were having a lot of trouble with the mortar today. It wasn't sticking, so I went and got some Portland cement. That definitely helped, but boy, it was just not working well for us. So, but we managed to get it done. One down, still got to pour it, but we also had to cut the lintels ourselves. So you can kind of see how rough they are. That's because we cut them, because I didn't get lintels. Sometimes they're hard to get. So now we just got to do that wall, which will actually be two. We'll build one wall from here to the pipe, and we'll jump over the pipe and build a short wall over there. And we'll get those done tomorrow is the plan, and then pour the cement. So if we get the cement poured tomorrow before I leave, that'll give it plenty of time to cure before we build the wall on top of it. So the one thing we ran into was that when I built the part of the foundation I built over here, I must have started from the wrong side, and I have a bit of a gap there, but that's okay. We'll pour cement in that gap, so that'll be fine. So we'll fill that in with cement. It'll be fine. All in all, happy with the way things went. Long day though. Well, folks, we didn't quite get it done. We're close. This wall is ready to pour. So that's great. Love that. This wall is almost ready. I've got to cut out that lintel right there, so that'll get cut out. Otherwise, that's ready. And then here we've got this short wall, and that one's ready to pour as well, folks. A long day. We had some heavy rain, so the rain just started coming down like crazy, folks, and so we weren't able to get the get everything done that we wanted. It just got too wet for mortar and cement and everything else, frankly, or my willingness to be out and get wet, though I got soaked. But it's still, I was just like, this is getting ridiculous. And Eric was working right underneath the drip line of the house. It was pretty bad. So we took a break, had some lunch, waited it out, and well, it finished raining, so that's good. Gosh, and my camera's got to be really dirty. But we got done what we could get done, and Eric's going to come back up next weekend, pour the concrete. That'll finish that off. And then when I can come up here in early October, hopefully I'll have Charles Fun Guy back here, and we'll get back to doing some logging, and I can have Eric up here doing some framing. So more to come. Stick around. Meanwhile, I'm going to drop another video right over here for you to check out. Thanks to all my members for supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. Y'all have a great day. The old Jarhead out.